Okay, today we're going to go through how to make a cash sale. And we start right here where we kind of always start on the main menu. We are going to select the first item here, Sales Desktop. And it makes sense because that's how everything starts with a sale. So I double click on Sales Desktop and it brings me up on the Sales Desktop screen. This is where salespeople will virtually live on this screen. It gives them everything that they need to know about sales, including a section here where there's different options to see things that are involving making sales and things relating to their sales. Beneath that is a merchandise section where they can see promotions and do things to look for inventory, things that pertain to customers, like look them up, look up their credit information, their invoice information, customer service items such as doing return to stocks, cancellations, and looking things up that are in the service department for the customers, and some other tools down here to help the salespeople out, such as scorecards and looking for things that are sold but not delivered. On the right is kind of like on the main menu. It's giving them the last sales that they've dealt with and the last customers that they've dealt with. Again, in reverse order, so they can easily recall things that they've been working on. We're going to start right here, like as you will with every sale, on Select Merchandise. Okay. Once you bring that up, you get where you're going to enter your sale. If you happen to have a sales order number, a customer that came in and started a sale, but for whatever reason didn't finish, you can enter that right here, and it would bring up that sale and take you back to where you were in that sale. If not, and we're going to say that this is a sale, a brand new sale of a customer, you just click here on New Sale, and it opens up the screen as you see. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to enter the customer information, and let's stop here for a second because there are a few ways you could do that. One way is if it is a customer that has an account with you already and you have that customer's information, if you enter the customer's account number here, it will populate the top of this screen with all the customer's information for you. If you don't, and you well, there's a couple different things. First, if it's a, they want to buy a small item or something and they don't really want to give you their name and address and all the other things, you can come down here and you can click Cash and Carry. It'll populate all these boxes with not provided and allow you to proceed with that sale without the customer's information. And that, again, that's for a quick cash and carry type of a sale. You can also change these lines once it is populated with not provided, and you can put their first last names in here, so at least you have that much. The reason we do that is because there are some states that don't want you to collect customer information when you're when they're being paid with a credit card. And so that's a quick way for you to get around that and not the information on the customer. But the way we're going to do it now, we're going to pretend that this is a customer that came to us for the first time. And so we fill out the customer's name. And their information. We're not going to put the landline. And let's say now, Infinity has something, a real nice little feature here when you put somebody's address in that it's going to compare the address you enter against an address database to give us a good idea whether that's a good address and kind of format it also the way the post office would like to see it. So I'm going to say that the customer lives at 700 Spring Street, and I'm going to misspell Spring. Once I tab out of here, as you can see, it went back and it corrected it. Not only did it correct the spelling of Spring, but it knew that because of this zip code, that it is South Spring Street that this customer lives on, and it filled in the zip code +4 on there too. When it has a good address, or what it thinks is a good address, you're going to see these address boxes in the color green, like you do here. If it has an address it doesn't like and can't correct, or when I say doesn't like, it doesn't think there's a great probability that it's a good address, you'll get a pop-up screen. It'll ask you if you're confident that this is the address. You can tell it that it is, or you can talk to the customer and get the right information and correct the information here. Okay, so now that you have this filled out, we go down. We're going to go down to the SKU information. We're going to enter the merchandise the customer is buying. So again, if the customer has or I should say, if you know the SKU, let's say you wrote it off the price tag, and you can enter it here, and it will pick it up and enter it on the contract. Or we give you the ability to look up the SKU, or even create a SKU if your company allows that. And if you click this button right next to SKU, here's where it says you can create a new SKU, and that could be for something that is a special order that you haven't carried before, and allow you to quickly create that SKU so it goes to your buyer eventually and they can get it on order for you. A lot of companies do not allow their salespeople to create a SKU, so that may not be open for you. What you'll use most of the time is to find an existing SKU, things that you carry. So if you click on there, it's going to automatically populate it with the last SKU that you looked at. But you can also search for that SKU, and we're going to search for, let's say, we're going to go to department. You can search by any of these fields right here. If you know the model number, you can enter it. And what we're going to look for is, we're going to say we are looking for a refrigerator. Well, if I could spell it right, there we go. So it narrows my departments here. That's the one. And I know that it's a Frigidaire refrigerator. And so I double click on Frigidaire, and now it knows that I'm looking for something in the refrigerator department from Frigidaire. If I click Run Inquiry, it's going to show me all the refrigerators that we carry from Frigidaire. When you see a D here, it means it's discontinued. And in this column, it's going to show you the availability. You can see that it found 45 refrigerators between the ones that are both discontinued and available. I'm going to click up here to show only the active ones. And what happens is the discontinued ones disappear because I want to sell them something we have in stock. On the availability, if I click at the top of any of these columns, it will sort the items in there. This one's going from lowest to highest, and now from highest down to the lowest. So we're going to sell them this refrigerator right here. Let's say the second one. So if I click that and I click select, it will add that to my invoice. And what it's showing me here is that refrigerator sells for $579. If that price was wrong, I can click this, or I can't click it, but I can call a manager. They can click this O here for override, and they can change the price for you. I'm going to say that it's correct. So now what we're going to do is, first let's go down here, and it actually tries to help you all along the selling process. If you see here where it says store, if you had any available at your store, it would show you the amount available for you to give out today. If not, if you look over here where it says all, this shows you that we have 16 available in the company. So we have plenty to deliver to the customer. So we are going to go, we're going to keep going. If you look down here, the system automatically adds the extended service to your sale. You can always go in by clicking this extended service button. You can go in there and you can change it. You can say the service, you can enter a no here instead of a yes. Or you can also look up if there are any other options. This is a 3-year warranty. If there were, let's say, a 3 and a 5, it would give you both options and you can change it here. Okay, so now we've got that extended service, and we are now going to go to the next step. One thing to look for in a sale in Infinity is these dark blue buttons, because that gives you your options of what to do next. You can see up here where it says a credit app. If the customer were going to apply for credit, we could click here and they can go ahead and it would start the credit application process. We're not, we're doing a cash sale, so we're going to go down here to the delivery button. Click that delivery button. It is going to tell me now, well, first of all, let's make sure that we know it's a delivery. It's going to default to delivery all the time. But if you click this button, it is letting you know that you can do a delivery. You can say this is a take, which means they're going to take it today from your location. As you saw, we didn't have it, so we can't do a take. Or a will call, which means they're going to come get it later on, another day, or maybe they're going to drive over to your warehouse and pick it up. There's also some special types of deliveries down here we're not going to cover in this session. So we're going to say that this is delivery. If you go to the next box, the delivery date, if you click that button next to delivery date, it is going to bring up the available delivery dates for your company. And so if days are already full, they're not going to show here. If they are days that you don't deliver, they won't show here. So let's say we want it on Saturday, the 31st on Halloween, we're going to have this delivered. If we click highlight it, click enter, it shows it up here, and we're ready to move on. Now, if you wanted to deliver it to a different address than the address of the customer, you could enter that under this box here where it says delivery address, right? If there were some special instructions for the delivery team or the warehouse, you should add them here. Things such as, please delivery or whatever else, and this will appear on all the delivery screens and delivery information to the people that are in charge of making that delivery for you. So we're going to go forward. We're going to say OK, save, exit, and the next screen that comes up is something, it comes up automatically, and it's something that's going to be really important for most companies. And that is, we would like to ask the customer for permission to send them text messages about their delivery. What that will do is it allow us to automatically send them a text message with their delivery window, and depending on your company and their timing, that could be the day before delivery, that could be the morning of delivery, depends how your company operates. Once they give us that permission, we're not only going to text them that delivery window, but if your company is using the texting service the way it's designed, then we can let them know the progress of their delivery on the day of delivery. So we can send them a text that'll say, we are 3 stops away from your house. We are 2 stops away from your house. You are the next delivery. Please, make sure you're home. We can also let them know if the delivery truck is running behind and it looks like we're going to be outside the delivery window. the system can automatically detect that and send them a text telling them that their delivery window has changed, and it will also let them know what the new delivery window is. It's a nice feature for customers so they don't have to stay home all day, and they can be, kept abreast of when the delivery is coming, go to work, and leave work, when we're a couple stops in front of them. So to fill this in, you're going to click here. You are going to add a new number. You can add that number. That they're giving us permission to text to. You're always going to ask them for their carrier. And so we have everything, all of them listed here. Just select which one it is. The cell phone number's owner, it's going to give you the choice of the person that's on the invoice here, or if you want to put in a different name, you can also do that. The preferred language, would they like that text in English or Spanish? And then you're entering your code and your password to tell the system that the customer has authorized us to send them this text messages. Click OK, accept. It's giving you one more chance to talk to the customer about the warranty, take it off if they want. We're going to click that they're going to want that warranty, and it brings us back to this screen, and now we go to the payment method. How are they going to pay us? This is for cash sales, so it could be cash, but we also consider check or credit card or debit card a cash sale. So you can change this to whatever you like. Let's say they're going to pay with Visa, so we're going to now make this a Visa cash sale. So here's the total that they're going to be paying, $929.84. If the customer is still a little leery and wants to think about it and go home, you can click Save Data here, and it will save all this information for you when they come back in. Or if they're ready to go, click Post the Sale. It's going to post the sale depending on when your company reserves merchandise. It may reserve merchandise for them at this point, or it may reserve the merchandise later on, depending on your company's policy. Do you want to create a sales receipt? We're going to say yes. The system is now creating the sales receipt, and I'm going to click Preview, and so you can see the sales receipt here showing the customer, their delivery information, the pricing, the warranty, and notice that the system automatically added the delivery charge based on how your company enters delivery charges. Let's go back, and we're going to continue to create the receipt. It lets you know the sale is now complete, and you can exit this screen. The sale is not over yet. You will still need to take this sales receipt over to your cashier's department or office so they can take the Visa card or the cash or however they're going to pay for it. And again, they can change it when they get over there. If the customer gets over there and decides, no, I want to pay with this with a check, they can change at that point. So let's click OK, and we are now done. All we have to do is click Escape, and the sale is done. And that's how we create a cash sale in Infinity.